Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Friday the 25th of the 6th, 2021. Time is just coming up to 0500 GMT, Asian session coming to a close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, Thursday the 24th, yesterday then we had a negative unopposed driver in the pound at minus 127, no backdoor flows. The opposing positive flows mainly going into the yen at plus 72, into the euro at plus 29, and the dollar was the positive rock at plus 26, activity plus or minus 127. Intra-week then, this is the most relevant, it's from Monday the 21st open to about 15 minutes ago. It's we've got a negative opposed driver in the yen at minus 445, front and backdoor flows mainly going into the pound at plus 343, into the euro at plus 235, and the dollar was the negative rock at minus 133, activity plus or minus 578. So over the week then we've been having a soft yen driving mainly into the pound, the euro with a soft dollar. It may not have felt like that, but that's what's been happening. Right, intraday then, this is Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the euro at plus 20, front and backdoor flows mainly coming out the dollar at minus 16, out the yen at minus 9, and the pound is the positive rock at plus 5, activity plus or minus 25. What's going to knock it about? Well, we've got the Euro Council meeting. Are they going to discuss putting the bins out? Probably not. German Tier 2 consumer confidence today. US personal consumption expenditure Tier 2, and Michigan consumer sentiment is also Tier 2. So there's a bit going on. Some of it is Tier 2 as well. So let's have a look what's been going on in the flows. Our trades have come back a bit further. As you know, we're shorting the New Zealand dollar. And obviously the New Zealand dollar's been relatively strong recently. So we're about 2,000 points up at the moment from a peak of plus 6,500. So come back about just over 2/3, about 70%. Right, anyway, Euro strong, except against the CAD, the AUD and the NZD, so the commodity currencies. The yen is weak across the board. The pound is weak, except against the dollar, the yen and the Swiss. The Swiss is weak, except against the yen and the dollar. The CAD is strong, except against the AUD and the NZD. The AUD is strong, except against the New Zealand dollar. The New Zealand dollar is strong across the board, and the dollar is weak across the board. So what have we got in the Asian session? We've got dollar weakness, New Zealand strength, take your pick in the middle. Right, so let's have a look at the asset classes. So we usually start with the dollar index. There's been a bit of talk about an infrastructure bill, and now they're sort of winding back on it because they're saying it's got a fair way to go through the political process. Anyway, US dollar index. What have we got? It's basically looking like this. It's 0.31 from the high, our modelled high. It's 91.76. So it's come off from the high, but it's still relatively strong. Gold doesn't like that. Gold's still 0.242 from the floor. Oil on the other hand has broken significantly, and it's plus 0.5 from the high, so it's 50% higher from the modelled high. Wall Street basically is coming back, but it's still 0.28 from the high. Wall Street's lagging. The S&P broke, so it's marginally above its previous high, and the tech is more above its modelled high, so recent high. So the batting order is tech, S&P, Wall Street lagging. Right, US 10-year. What have we got here? We've got this sort of situation. Prices come back down a bit, so the yields have come up. It's 0.40 from the floor, and the bund, which is sort of the opposite European situation, is 0.40 from the modelled high. So European prices are relatively higher of the bonds than US. So European yields are relatively softer than US yields at the moment. So hence we've got a bit of dollar strength, and that'll feed into euro dollar as well. Copper's been sort of dirging and soft, and it's now come up a bit. It's 0.33 from the floor, and US steel has had a bit of a bounce, probably off the talk of this infrastructure. It's 0.40 from the floor. So US steel is still soft, copper's soft, etc. So let's just finish off then. So what's really happening? Well, particularly in the case of our trades, we've been short the dollar, short the New Zealand dollar. Right, so let's have a look. So we're short USD dollar against euro, pound, AUD, and we're short NZD, euro, pound, CAD, AUD. Now, the dollar's been relatively strong, that's not helped us. The New Zealand dollar's been strong, that's not helped us. The AUD's been strong, but not as strong as the New Zealand dollar, and our positioning is obviously the other way. The CAD's been strong, so that's been reasonably good. The pound's been soft, that's not helpful, and the euro's been soft and to neutral and turning around a bit now. So take your pick really. Right, so as I said, we're about 2,000 points up from a peak of 6,500, but it doesn't really matter at the moment. We're holding our positions. The New Zealand dollar is still the go-to sort of idiot trade for risk on, and until that changes, our short New Zealand dollar positions are going to suffer a bit. So what's the dollar? The bond market is disagreeing with the FX market to a certain extent, and the bond market is stubborn. It's mid-range to yields coming up a bit. So there's sort of distortion in the markets at the moment. So until we wash out all this stuff, we're not going to see major improvement in what's going on. So likely today, then it's the weekend, it's Friday. You're likely to see equities go up again. You're likely to see yen weakness, and it's debatable what else is going to happen. So I think the safest place is soft yen and equities up. Take your pick really as to how you play it. So I hope that was useful. See you over the weekend for the flow review, the data review, and if not, Monday for the FX daily review. So thank you for watching.